Hi, welcome back to Repairing Lawnmowers for Profit. In this video I'm going to show you how to replace the starter rope on this Mountfield RS100 Petrol Lawnmower. Very similar for all types of lawnmower, but I'm going to show you it specifically on this one. This is a HP414 Mountfield mower. There's loads of these for sale at the minute, either second hand or the new ones. They're all very similar. So what we need to do first is just remove this starter recoil. This really isn't too difficult to do. You don't really need any specialist tools, but a clamp would be useful. What you will need to start is you will need a 10mm spanner here. There's only 3 nuts to take off. There's one there, and there's one, unfortunately they've designed this so it sinks into here, so you would need a socket for that. I'm just going to use this little impact drill just to undo these. Just quickly get these out of the way, and then this whole thing comes off. That's all you need to do, and you'll be able to see now straight away without any messing about. This whole recoil comes off. Tip all those bits out of it there, and you can see underneath here we've got the whole recoil mechanism. I'm going to show you how to change the pull cord on this, if it's snapped or if it's just looking a bit frayed and tired. So now we've got this part off the mower. You can see inside this has actually got little metal parts that pop out. See in the centre here, you're looking around here, these are actually metal and they actually pop out. That's great because that means this is a really good connection. Some of these in these other Mountfields are kind of plastic and the snap. People say you get what you pay for, maybe you do. So what you need to do with this is you could ideally do with a little clamp, which is a lot cheaper than buying a recoil, so don't be disheartened. You need a knife, you need some needle nose pliers or some normal pliers or something to hook the pull cord out with, and a lighter is useful as well. So what you need to do is you need to just pull the pull cord out as far as you can. Obviously it tries to wind back in on itself, so you kind of need to just put your hand on it and stop it winding back in for now until you can pull this pull cord out as far as it'll go against the tension, and that's as far as I can get it. You can probably just see in there's a knot in here, and this actual pull cord runs in a straight line across here to this hole where it comes out the other side. That's where you pull the lawnmower from. Sounds pretty simple. So what I need to do now, rather than holding it, because I need to use my hands, I'm going to get this cheap clamp. This is only a couple of pounds off eBay or something, I think, and I'm going to use this to clamp the actual reel so it don't keep going back in on itself. And once I've done that, it gives me my hands free to just pull out this old pull cord rope and replace it with another one. Now there's nothing actually wrong with this one, but I just wanted to show you how to do this because this is quite a new mower, but as the years go by these will start to break and your pull cords will start to be breaking. So if you find yourself in 2025 and I filmed this in 2020, leave me a comment and tell me what year you found me. So that's all clamped, and you can see now here this pull cord isn't retracting on itself, so that's great. What I need to do next is get hold of the other end of this rope here. This is why I like these needle nose pliers. I can just grab that and hopefully in a minute I can just pull this through here and I can cut this off. Eventually I've managed to hook that up there. I can pull that through there, and I ain't got any tension to mess about with here. I can just cut this part off here like this, and I can actually pull this whole pull cord out of here and replace it. Now you might be wondering what length pull cord you need to replace it with. Now if your other pull cord hasn't snapped and you are happy with it, just measure the length of it against the new piece of pull cord rope. I'll actually link in this video down below here to new pull cord ropes as well, and I'll even link to like a 50 metre reel you can buy of it for probably about the same price as well, in case you want to get started repairing lawnmowers for profit. So take a look in the description. What you want to do with these, if this was a new pull cord rope, is just burn the end, finish it off like that, and what that does is it stops it from fraying and it makes it a lot easier to push back through. So I'm going to pull that out now. You can see actually the other end of this is actually snapped, so I want to replace that part. So I've just taken the time actually to measure this pull cord rope for anybody who wants to know, and it's 7 foot and 4 inches in old money if you like, or 220 centimetres. So you want to make your new pull cord a little bit longer than that, just to allow for some knots to tie on the other end, but basically just over 2 metres will be fine. So as I've shown before, this has got a snapped end on here, this handle. I'm going to pull this out here. I'm just going to use this same pull cord again. It's still going to be long enough. I've only cut a couple of centimetres off the end. I'm going to take that off and I'm going to slide the other one in from the other side as well. So if I push that through there at that end there and pull that back through there, that should hopefully drop down that hole. I'll probably remake that end off again, but you get the idea. We've got another pull cord handle on there. We've got it the right length, and what I showed before was just to burn the end of this like this, and just finish it off with a nice point like that. So pop that down there, and what you need to do with these is you need to make sure that this hole here is lined up right across here. So when you push this in, there's a little hole here. I'll try and film. There's another little hole on these which is here. So you need to get this hole here where it comes in and this hole here lined up in a real good straight line. So when you clamp this, make sure that everything's in a nice straight line. So what we need to do next is just push this back through here and put that back through the hole. This sometimes takes a couple of little goes, just depending on how straight you've got this all lined up. And it's really not difficult to do. It just takes a little bit of a fiddle about to get this back through the hole. There we go. That's come back through there now. I can grab hold of the end of that with these little pliers and pull it through. So before you think anything else or do anything else, don't remove the clamp. Leave the clamp until the very end. So we're going to tie a knot in this. I normally put one right near the end like that, and then you can see that could possibly pull off, so I normally put another one in as well and just put it really near it, and I try and get the knots quite tight, quite close to each other like that. And I get some pliers and I normally just give it a pull on the knot as well, just to tighten everything up a little bit before we put that back in. So I'm going to pull that back through there now, and this is all you would do if you had a new pull cord to fit. Exactly the same process. Pull that back through there. I'm going to push the knot down in there so nothing's catching. See how it sits nice and flat. And whatever you do at this point, do not remove the clamp, because at the other end you may not have fitted your new handle yet, but I have. Now you need to do that first. And what you need to do next is just take the spring tension up with your hand very slowly, remove the clamp here. You can feel the spring tension starts to try and grab, and you've just about got enough strength to hold that. Because what you want to do with this is let the recoil rope just take itself up real slowly, just go back in real slowly. So we'll get this clamp off here eventually like that, and I'm going to just let it slowly take itself in. You can see the rope here. I'm just going to slowly let that go back in so nothing's getting trapped. You see there, I don't want anything going in like that. I want it all going in nice and straight. Just take your time doing this, and the whole thing's back in. You can see now you would have a new pull cord fitted, and that's all you need to do on this RS100 engine to replace your pull cord. These parts are probably about £25–30 to get, and basically there's nothing wrong with them. I would advise, don't undo these bolts and play with the springs. If it's that bad, replace the part, because these springs go from being about this big to kind of being the width of the bench almost, and I'm not exaggerating either, so be very careful. Recommendation for this from me would be replace the pull cord or replace the part. So hopefully this video has helped you out. If you're watching to the end, which I hope you are, in these corners and up and down everywhere there'll be 3 other videos linked on this screen, all to do with this Mountfield RS100 engine, this 414 Mountfield. There's a full service video here, there's a video here on how to replace a spark plug, and there's a video here on how to get the air filter box off that gets stuck. Thanks for watching, see you again next time.